Hey good people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna Francis and this is your channel of your choice. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Thank you so much for always being there. I'm somewhere parked waiting for someone, and I thought why not, because now I'm back to the longer version of videos. Why not talk about life and Life Digest? If you've not watched the longer version of video that I put last week, please do watch and see what things you come to know later in life as you grow older. And today I want to talk about our parents. I want to talk about parenting. I want to talk about our teenagers. I want to talk about family as a whole. And like you know, I'm a clinical psychologist and I'm an educationist, and very, very passionate about family, very passionate about parenting, and especially parenting teenagers. Now, I am talking about this because schools have closed. And if they have not closed, they are closing. And those which have not closed because of different systems, maybe they are not in boarding, they normally come home. And I want to talk to the parents especially. Please, let those boys and girls breathe. Let them breathe in and out. What do I mean when I talk about teenagers and children breathing in and out? You know what is happening in our economy lately? I am from Kenya, Africa, and our economy is not doing very well. And even you, wherever you are watching from, if you're not in Africa, I mean, in the world, the economy is not doing well. And so you realize there are a lot of conflicts in our families, in our family setup, in our marriages, in our relationships. There's a lot of conflict because of what is happening in life in general. So many things, so many requirements, so many expectations that are not met. And because expectations are not met, and because we are of different opinions, we realize that there are so many conflicts that are affecting our children. Problems that are really affecting our teenagers. And you realize that our children are now in the middle. Our children cannot understand however much we want them to understand. And for us as parents, we realize that as mothers especially, we tend, if we have issues with our partners, we tend to pour it maybe to our firstborn children, and we sit them down and we tell them about our problems. And you realize that our problems are not able to understand what is happening. And so we realize that our parents are not able to understand what is happening. And so what happens? What happens is that our children are not able to understand what is happening. And so let's look at it. Let's look at the problems that we have about our children not understanding what is happening. Our young ones are not able to understand what is happening. And so what am I talking about? I am talking about our children not understanding what is happening. Our parents not understanding what is happening. Our parents not being able to understand why, our children not being able to understand why our children. What am I talking about? I am talking about our children not understanding what is happening. And so as parents, when we are discussing about our conflicts, when we are discussing about our way forward, and we realize that arguments have come. I'm sorry, I'm losing some concentration because of people walking around where I am. Sorry about that. So what do I mean? I am talking about us as parents making sure that our conflicts do not happen in front of our children. Our fights, our arguments, our quarrels do not happen in front of our children. And so, however much, oh God, comfort. I don't have my, look at that. Let us argue away from our children. Let us talk about our conflict away from especially teenagers. Let us fight our fights when they are not there. If you are there and your mother and you have an argument with your partner, let them pass. Please ensure that you walk away and explain you're walking away because your children are there and your children are suffering. Walking away does not mean you run away. It means you don't want to talk about that argument at that particular time. You wanted your children to go. And if it happens and it has already happened, why don't you sit down with your children and talk about? Tell them what is happening. Tell them about the arguments. Tell them about the conflicts. And tell them that you're going to solve. It is not their duty to solve because, trust me, teenagers are solving their issues. They are solving the issues of their parents. They are solving the issues of the relationship of their parents. And how are they solving? It is through depression because there's nothing they can do. Those children cannot help you. For heaven's sake, they are shouting for help. They need your attention, but you're busy arguing. You're busy settling your conflicts. You forgot that they're there and they need your presence. So those children are not going to help you solve those issues. Do them a favor and make sure that you don't solve those issues in front of them. Do them a favor and let them, this Gen Z, they need to be talked to. Tell them what is happening in your life. Tell them what is happening in your relationships so that they don't go to school and they are affected and they want to go back home to see whether those issues are resolved. And if they're not able to do it, they fall into depression. And to solve those issues on their own, they fall into taking drugs. Coping mechanisms that are very negative. And because you're too busy, you don't realize that these children have already started coping with your issues or solving your issues negatively. So, they have come home. They are coming home. How are you going to handle them? How are you going to handle your issues? How are you going to make sure that these children are not affected by what is happening? Because trust me, in this life, things have to happen. Life happens. It is not your wish. It is not your wish for them, for those issues to be happening. But we have to spare them. We have to preserve them. Drop a comment and let me know how you're dealing with it. Drop a comment and let me know how you are dealing with your teenagers, especially those who are already affected because they are shouting for help. My name is Sana Francis. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. God bless.